Hey, Doug here, DavisCanHelp, the three-legged stool guys, and we have a guest today. We're really excited about it. Rick and Michelle, they'll introduce themselves in just a second, but they've got a long-time relationship relative to building and new construction, and Michelle frankly represents one of our best home builders. And we're excited to introduce her today to you. So Rick, why don't you take it away and tell us a little bit of the history here.
Rick Davis, I've been doing this for 20-some years, but the real thing, about 14 years ago, I met her father and started working with them, and have been their preferred builder, lender, and helped a lot of people get into great houses that they build. And they're one of the unusual groups is they still have actual city really people that live there, work with them all the time for many years, the same employees. So you know exactly what you're going to get every time. And their dad is, your dad, is more of the situation where he actually knows from the brick and mortar. His grandfather was one of the first guys to put basements in after World War II.
Interesting.
So this is a long line of the people in the industry. And I've been friends with the family for a long time. And Michelle is probably the easiest one to get all the facts with on what's going on, especially on their own houses. And one of the things that I want her to be involved in, I want to let everybody know, they can do all kinds of things, but what they've created makes me think, call me so I can make sure I get the right loan for you with them and put it together. But then we pick the right house for them because they have a way that meet with you. And Michelle Ternes, tell them the rest of it.
So yes, I'm Michelle Ternes with the Harmeyer team at Remax Revolution and Ron's Homes. So I have done many a deal with Rick in terms of our clients getting their construction loan financing and their in-loan financing with Rick. And just to give a little pat on the back to Rick here, that we've had some difficult situations too. We always depend on Rick and his knowledge to make sure that we've got someone that can actually finance at the end, and then we've got someone solid to go. So
yeah, approvals are only good if they actually happen.
yes. So yes, one of the things I really appreciate about Rick too is that the appraisers that he uses, he makes sure they specialize in new construction. New construction is kind of its own beast in terms of appraisals, and you definitely don't want to get to the end of your financing and get ready to do your final financing and have a house not appraised and have to come up with more money.
Appraisals may be the most important part of new construction because they have to put the value at the right number, what it's going to be like when they're looking at a lot in paper. Now we can do a little bit more because of what they've adapted to, but if the appraiser did not have a lot of experience in what the houses are going to look like, go check what the builder looked like, you're at risk till day, on a minimum down payment loan, you're at risk forever.
Yeah.
And we do loans without great big down payments on construction where everybody doesn't. So if you're and put 25% down, there's no way the builder's going to miss it by 25%. We'll get an appraisal. But if we're putting 5% down building a house, I got to make sure the house is worth exactly what I said.
Yeah, so if I'm understanding this correct, Michelle, I think you guys really talk and collaborate a bit, especially when a client building their dream home, it starts here, but then there's change orders all along the way, and then that begins to build costs into this. I imagine you guys are talking through that process, right?
Yes, absolutely. We always make sure that the lender, Rick, is involved and knowing of that because we've had houses that have $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 in change orders, and no one wants a surprise at the end. Where those items can't be paid for.
Those are some of the things that most builders just think you got to go get the loan.
Yeah, that's right.
This builder worries about the end user being happy and being able to handle it.
Yeah, that's why I brought it up because I've seen you guys do this, and that's a protection. It's another value add that we bring to our clients relative to protecting what they're trying to get accomplished, as well as protecting our builders that we love working with.
They want to get paid.
Exactly.
So ultimately, why this DavisCanHelp we think is going to be a big hit is because there's a whole, I would say 2 or 3 every year are clients that I have that I award to you. You give me your clients, but after they come want to know whether it's time to build a house or what they can do, she's on top of it. She goes and finds out what their value of their house is. She helps promote that. We take the 3 months or 4 months to get a perfect house at the price that fits.
Yeah.
But they started with letting me work at their credit. In some cases I've done some things to help because it wasn't paying attention. Please pay attention to your credit score. It's drastic, even if you're paying everybody, because it just, we have a mutual deal right now that dropped 60 points and didn't miss anything other than didn't pay down on a 95%.
It's crazy.
So they've made it really hard. And as long as you know everything before, and she knows exactly what you want. It's so much easier to make a perfect house at the perfect price.
Michelle, I know I've seen your workflow and how this goes, but a couple, single person, they come to you, they want to build a home. Tell me the starting point. What do you do with that
Yeah.
person?
So there's always that magic question of the chicken and the egg. Do you find your lot first, or do you determine your plan, or do you find your builder? And so I think I would always say find your builder first. Very important, because
I would say find your lender first.
well, yes, lender. We're assuming you're already pre-approved. Yes, yes.
Find the builder with a pre-approval letter.
Yes, find your
right?
builder with a pre-approval letter. But your builder's going to be able to talk through what you want, the size of house you want. You really don't want to get stuck with a lot that the house that you want to build doesn't fit on. And now you've got to modify your plan to be something other than what you were wanting because it doesn't fit on the lot. So I always say find your builder, get pre-approved, find your builder, then go find your lot. And once you've kind of got that established, you can work through developing your plan. The planning process can take anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months to a year or more. It depends on how quick people are at making decisions. When we roll out a new plan change, what do you think? What changes do you want? It's all about making decisions and how quickly you can get back to us on that. So once you've got your plan hammered down, it's a pretty simple process. We get Rick involved here, get your construction loan rolling. There's going to be a paper appraisal based on the plan, and most people actually their first draw on their construction loan is for the purchase of that land, so you don't have to worry about getting a land loan or anything outside
So
of that.
much of this are elements that people don't know anything about, and I'll tell you, the trust issue in this situation, in this transaction, is just huge. One of the things I know that you do too is that you have a program that gives people a 3D walkthrough of the design of their home, so they can actually see it and feel it and kind of get the flow of it.
Yeah, so we always try to have some custom or some spec homes or model homes available, because I think the proof is in the pudding, right? You want to feel it, you want to touch it. You can't see quality in a piece of paper. So we always try to have something up that they can see. But there are times where you're not going to be able to see the exact plan that you're building. And so we do have 3D custom design services at Ron's Homes. They've got a designer on staff, so not only are you going to get your 2D blueprint, a lot of people can't convert that in their brain to what that's going to look like in reality. So we do 3D walkthroughs, and it's basically almost like you're sitting in a virtual reality. You know, you're just walking through the home. You can see the spaces. We can place furniture in there, so you can say, okay, I've got a couch that is 8 feet wide and I want it here. What's that going to look like? So that you can, visually be able to look at it and say, okay, yep, this is the size of the space I want. No, that's too small. Oh, this is the open concept I want, or it's not open enough. It just helps versus, seeing that on a 2D plan and kind of just trying to imagine things, being able to actually see it in what is about as close to real life as you can get.
It's excellent.
What I love so much about it is working with them. We have a conversation. Let's say that you're curious on the other side, want to know what's going to happen. Call. Let's talk about it. Let's see what your price range is. See what's possible to get it. Tell me what area you want, so we can find the lots that are in the area, so you can see where they're at. Then, if we get an idea of what it is, we have the same relationship where I'm actually using the person that they use to make their three-dimensional houses. So why would you buy a house without walking through it? With what system they have created, you can now have the ability to walk through the house before you buy the lot. The more that you can feel, the easier you can make the judgment on what carpet or tile or what look you want, the windows. It makes no sense to build a house on plans unless you're already an architect, and then you probably don't need me. You don't need it.
So listen, guys, this is, so much trust that is involved with this. There's lots of terminology that will be spread out that you have to sort of navigate. That's what we're here to help you do. Davis can help. Michelle Ternes at Harmeyer Homes. And call any one of us, because we're all working together on this, and we'd love to be able to help you. So stay tuned for our next video. We'll see you then.